Today we're here to look at a critically important issue: how to fulfill the promise of providing every child in this country with an excellent teacher. Teachers play a pivotal role in shaping the next generation of innovators, engineers, entrepreneurs, and scientists, and citizens. We can all think of a teacher who made a difference in our lives, and we're all grateful to all teachers for their dedication and their hard work. In a major speech last week, Secretary Duncan called education the civil rights issue of our generation. I believe he's absolutely right. At their core, our nation's education laws are civil rights laws. They are based upon the belief that we must give every child in the United States, regardless of their background or their family income, an equal shot at a world-class education. It is unacceptable that poor and minority students in schools that are struggling academically are twice as likely to be taught by an inexperienced teacher as their peers in an affluent school. The very students who could benefit the most from the best teachers are the least likely to get them. That is why No Child Left Behind requires states and school districts to address inequities in the distribution of teachers and to ensure that low-income and minority children are not taught at higher rates than other children by inexperienced, unqualified, or perhaps more importantly, out-of-field teachers. But under the Bush administration, this requirement was not adequately enforced. In 2006, a report by the Citizens Commission on Civil Rights showed that 41 states did not comply with the teacher equity provisions. While we wait for equity, there is a devastating consequences for far too many children. Take, for example, what happens in many math classes in schools with high concentrations of poor and minority students. Nearly half of the math classes in high-poverty high schools are taught by teachers who do not major in math or a math-related field. In high-poverty middle schools, only 3 out of every 10 math classes are taught by a teacher who has a college major or minor in math. We have to do more to address the problems, and we have to do it now. That is why, as part of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, we challenge states and school districts to do more in 2 ways. First, in order to receive their share of the $40 billion of State Fiscalization Stabilization Fund, states are required to report how they're making progress on 4 key areas of reform, including improving teacher effectiveness and ensuring that excellent teachers are getting placed in classrooms that need them the most. Second, the race to the top will reward states that make progress in this area. This sends an important signal that it is no longer acceptable for poor and minority students not to get their fair share of outstanding teachers. It is in the best interest of our students, our schools, and our economic future to start treating teachers like the professionals that they are, with the respect that they deserve. This means treating them the same way we treat other professions. We have to expect the best from them and give them the resources and the professional development opportunities they need to grow. We have to do a better job of recruiting and retaining and rewarding excellent teachers. We have to ensure that states are distributing their effective teachers into the classrooms that need them most. Now, all of this is going to require a seismic shift in the way we think about teachers, the way we talk about teachers, and the way we treat teachers. We have to include teachers as part of the discussion. We have to acknowledge that when we fail to distinguish a good teacher from an okay teacher or a great teacher from an ineffective teacher, we ultimately fail our students. This is why we are here today for the first of several hearings we plan to hold on this issue. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses about how we can address the inequalities of teacher talent in this country. And I'm pleased to know that so many of our witnesses have firsthand teaching experience. And I want to thank all of them in advance for being here.